Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell, like our videos and help us share our videos. This is the greatest support that you can render to this channel. To all our subscribers and all our supporters, allow me to thank you in a very special way. You're the reason why we are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, 2027, the race to 2027 is here with us, and it has started on a very strong note. You even wonder whether the government has time to deliver the promises that they gave to Kenyans. Opposition is ripe for it. I have seen them trying to strengthen their constituent parties, and very soon I know they will unveil for us their presidential candidate. For William Ruto, he is not very sure of the Mount Kenya votes because Mount Kenya largely voted for William Ruto to the man. I have had this argument that maybe votes were stolen, but I also understand that many of the hustlers and the mama mogas from Kenya voted for William Ruto because there was a lot of fallacy. Some of them voted because William Ruto was going to change the economy. Some of them voted for him because he was sent from God. So there were different reasons why they voted for William Samoei Ruto. For those reasons, they have started a very strong rebellion because leaders are reminding them the man that you voted to change the economy is making it worse. The man you voted because he was from God has now showcased some characters, revealing that actually is not a man of God as people thought. So he has developed a strategy because he's not very sure of the mountain votes. He has developed another strategy, and experts say and feel that if Azimio is not very careful, then they are going to find themselves in a quagmire. You've seen William Ruto going to other countries and telling them that Kenya is a visa-free country. In fact, he told them that Kenya is the cradle of man, and so there is no way you are going to be asked for a visa when you are going back home. And is placing his argument to the fact that some of the human remains have been found by archaeologists, pointing to some facts according to science that Kenya is the origin of man, dating up to some, I don't know, millions of years or what, something of the kind. And when he made the statement that Kenya is officially a visa-free country, many people started questioning the motive behind it. But politically speaking, if you look at it, William Ruto wanted a visa-free border so that we can have many foreigners to help him in 2027. And the person who has been placed strategically to aid in this exercise is Eden Duale, the Defense Cabinet Secretary. If you look at the influx of visitors that we have in the country, you will realize that we have the Somali origin. There are very many in the country. And I know, Kenya is very, let me talk of being peaceful compared to other countries. And we really welcome foreigners. I don't know whether you've realized that when you visit, these days, when you visit barber shops, you'll realize that those, the ladies who are doing massage, those who are helping to shave your hair, most of them are from Rwanda, Burundi and Congo. I don't know whether this is an observation that I'm the only person who has made. And even if you go to other parts of the country, those who sell for us the coffee and tea in the evenings, you'll realize that they are foreigners. And of course, those who sell for us the phone screens, the screen protectors and the covers. I have seen them walk around, and when you look at them, and you talk to them, they are members of other foreign countries. And so we have always welcomed visitors, and we have stayed with them in a very peaceable way. And I also understand that we have Kenyans in the other countries, and I believe that we are being treated the same way we treat our foreigners. We stay with them as our brothers and sisters. But looking at the flip side, ladies and gentlemen, there is a way in which William Ruto wants to use these people in 2027. People started telling me that you need to call out and you need to bring Azimio to get in high alert because we have got foreigners that are being imported into the country. But you see, before you witness or before you have any evidence to corroborate whatever you're saying, then it remains a propaganda. And one of the things that we don't want to encourage in the channel is propaganda. So today, ladies and gentlemen, a trailer has been impounded in Mombasa Road with an influx of foreigners, and it was impounded by some traffic police. And in this video that has really gone viral, this is the reason why I've decided to do this analysis, because I now find it very true what people have always told me, because people have told me, can you do an analysis on the fact that we have very many foreigners coming into the country, and it seems they're being aided strategically by Eden Duale. And I've always thought no. So today, look at that video there, because it's a video that has gone viral. We've got foreigners. There were so many that I believe they could even fit inside there. And you see, what caught my attention is this. If you look at the number of the number there, these people are so many. And this is just but one incident that they have been caught. Ever since William Ruto got into office, we are now 1 year down the line. How many people do you think have gotten into the country illegally? And these people are going to be aided. They are going to be given documents. And when you have a godfather in the name of a minister, you will always listen to what they tell you. Take it this way. If you are looking for a greener pasture and you are taken to the US or Uganda or any other place, and the person who has welcomed you into that country, that foreign country, is a member of your ethnic group, and they tell you that you are, I'm taking you here, or I'm welcoming you and accepting you, and I want you to vote to a particular candidate. Let's say, for example, you go to the USA, maybe legally in some clandestine manner, and you are told, we have an election that is pending, so you are going to vote Joe Biden instead of his competitors, like maybe Donald Trump. You will be so much loyal to them, and they will aid you, give you documents and all that, because this is Africa. It is very easy. Once you'll be given an ID and all that, and you remember, we also have plans to give the new digital ID. And maybe this is also part of the plan to ensure that as we give new digital IDs, the foreigners will be factored in. So when you go into that country and you are told vote to a particular person and in a particular manner, you will always do that. And experts believe that this is exactly what is happening in our country. Because if you looked at those people, most of them are Somali origin, Eritrea origin, and I'm not saying that I don't want to kind of blame someone, or rather say that the Somalis who are living with us are bad. But when things are done in a clandestine manner, people are getting into the country, because that was the Moyale route. They came all the way. They were all impounded in Mombasa Road. So the other question that that begs is, what is happening within our roadblocks? Corruption is eating into our country, because for them to pass all those roadblocks, it seems money has been changing, hands. Unapewa kitu kidogo, wanapita. I remember when the question of bandits and how cattle rustling is being handled came up, it was said that the meat that we consume in our cities, especially in Nairobi, are stolen meat. Not all of them, but this came up. And the question that came up was, how do they gain entry into Nairobi, yet we have very many roadblocks? People have been killed, bandits have killed people, they have stolen about maybe 100 cows, and the cows pass all the roadblocks. They reach Nairobi, they go to Bama or any other kichinjio, and we consume them very innocently. The question of corruption will kill this country, whether in the police department, in the judiciary, wherever. You will realize that there is corruption. And I do not think that this government has got the political goodwill to fight corruption, because people have been found corrupt, are always being forgiven, they are retrieved from jail. Cases that are involving those people who are friendly to the government are collapsing, And this is happening because there is a lot of sabotage, even from the very independent bodies that are supposed to help us fight corruption. The other day, a judge complained of the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution, saying that he is intentionally collapsing or is trying to sabotage certain cases. And the judges have got no choice but to let go free people who have been found, people who are questionable, who have got questionable characters. So as this is happening, we are encouraging more corruption, and corruption will kill us. We are also looking at human trafficking, which is an offense. Because before you know it, very soon you will realize that we have started importing ladies and some unscrupulous businesses, and we will be in patronage, and they will open brothels. And these ladies will be secluded into some solitary rooms. I have seen this, I'm not just talking, but I've seen this happening. I got some news where some Indian ladies, I think it was here in Kenya, are in some solitary rooms, and then people source fund. You simply come and people do those illegal businesses and people get money. And this will be, human trafficking. They are now getting into the country illegally. Because William Ruto is looking at getting more people to vote for him, but other people will take advantage. The high and mighty, the ministers, they will aid some people to help. And we really, really need to be very careful. The question, before we allow people into the country, we need to scrutinize them. When they come into the country through the trucks, how do you scrutinize people? We already have a problem with Al-Shabaab and terrorism. So when you bring in people, and this is not only targeting the Somalis. Yes, we have, when you bring in foreigners, regardless of where they come from, they could be foreigners. They could be terrorists. And so we are already in a country that is dealing with the terrorism, yet we allow people, because of our unscrupulous laws, bad policies, we open our borders. I can assure you that very soon we will realize that we have allowed in foreigners without any scrutiny just because we want them to vote for us, and they pose danger to us. They will be bombing everywhere. And as I repeat, this is not targeting the Somali community. Every other person, including our local citizens, can be foreigners. But I'm just saying that we really need to ensure that we tighten some loose nuts to ensure that even as we have a free border nation, we are very, very careful. The question of proliferation of guns will soon come. When you allow people to come through the borders, we really need to put checks and balances. So this free visa border is not helping us, and the Azimio or the opposition must look at it very carefully. Another expert was also arguing, if you go to River Road today, Luthuli Avenue, we have foreigners who have dominated businesses in that area. As long as it is free competition, fair competition, I like it, because competition is good for the consumers. But politically speaking, someone was saying that William Ruto has hatched a plan to ensure that the businesses that Mount Kenya people really dominated are now being spread out to other people. I want you to look and judge for yourself, because I don't want it to look like I'm pitting two ethnic groups against each other. But someone was arguing that this is a clever way to ensure that the businesses that Rigathi Gachagua has been making noise about. Remember how he confronted Rigathi Gachagua. I remember how Rigathi Gachagua had confronted Johnson Sakaja when he wanted to remove long distance vehicles from the CBD to Green Park, and Rigathi Gachagua said this was going to interfere with their businesses. But now a clever way has been hatched. I know he has been told, if this is true, that tunaleta watu ili watusaidie kupiga kura, but at the same time they have opened businesses and they are competing the very, very people he claims to defend. But back to the main issue here is that we need to be very, very careful as opposition, because these people will be aided through the immigration department. They will be given legal documents, and when people go to vote in 2027, we will be shocked again. We will be taking bombshell to the courts, but it will be too late. And we really need to be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just one track, one incident. How many more people do you think have been brought into the country? That is my take.